Hi, my name is Carnesia, and the name of my research proposal is the effect of effective classroom management. Teachers face overwhelming demands and challenges in their classrooms. As teachers, we are expected to know content and pedagogy, develop engaging lessons, and meet the needs of diverse learners and use a variety of instructional strategies that will boost student achievement while obtaining the attention span of about 25 kids at a time. This can all be achieved using effective classroom management. As a teacher, I think that classroom management is by far the hardest part of my job, but I know that it is a key component in providing a positive learning environment that promotes student achievement. However, based on my experience, I know that not everyone knows what effective classroom management is and how it affects the classroom environment, especially in regards to student behavior. Classroom management is deemed to carry a magnitude of foundational importance. Research has shown us that teachers' actions in their classrooms have twice the impact on student achievement, and so do school policies regarding curriculum, assessment, policies, or community involvement. And a large part of teachers' actions involves the management of the classroom. Classroom management is defined as the wide variety of skills and techniques that teachers use to keep students organized, orderly, focused, attentive, on task, and academically productive during an entire class period. A student's good behavior within the classroom is a necessity for effective and efficient teaching and learning to take place in the classroom environment. Maintaining student behavior plays a role in having effective classroom management skills. The problem is some people do not know what it means to have effective classroom management and how it affects student behavior. So the purpose of this study is to identify and analyze effective classroom management and how it affects student behavior. This study is based on two research questions. What is effective classroom management? What is the effect of effective classroom management on student behavior? Now let's go to the literature reviews. Paul Pedota believes establishing, explaining, reviewing, and modifying rules, routines, and procedures that are clearly understood to handle the daily recurring activities as well as developing procedures for unpredictable events that may occur will help you to devote the maximum amount of time available for instruction and enhance classroom management. According to McIntyre, the establishment of rules is the first ingredient in behavior management. He further asserted that this ingredient is typically put into practice on the first day of school. A pivotal point in establishing boundaries and expectations for students come on the first day of class. On that day, it is the teacher's responsibility to provide the students with a clean depiction of expectations which should direct all future behavior. Many studies purported that rules and guidelines are the foundation to classroom management, and an absence of this foundation results in pandemonium. One study cited the lack of rules and preparation as key factors in a student's disorderly and disruptive behavior. According to Marzano, children who are exposed to a chaotic learning environment are more likely to act out in class because they don't clearly understand what they're supposed to be doing. And this type of boredom and distraction often leads to behavior problems. Effective classroom management will improve students' learning outcomes while providing for an atmosphere that is structured and consistent and shows that you are serious about teaching and learning. According to Padota, motivating, challenging, and engaging students as you strive for high expectations will not only help to improve student behavior in school and academic accomplishments, but will also provide the key for students to understand how to act in a moral and ethical way in society. Mythology. This study will take place in various classrooms in the Bentonville School District in Bentonville, Arkansas. This district was chosen because it was ranked #1 district in Arkansas. There are a total of 18 schools in this district. All of the schools will be notified about the study, although there will only be 6 schools selected to participate. The selected schools will have to meet certain criteria and give their consent to participate. The schools will be selected on different criteria such as student enrollment, student achievement, and most importantly, behavior referrals. We look at behavior referrals because we know if a school has a low amount of referrals, that means that they have high classroom management that is effective. Research design. A letter explaining the nature of the research signed by both the researcher and school principals will be sent home for passive parental permission. Survey completion will be optional. This will be explained to the students by the researcher and will be printed at the top of the surveys. The survey will be administered on specific days in all of the classrooms of the selected schools. The students will take surveys asking them questions about the rules and expectations they learned about on the first day of school. They will also be asked questions regarding student misbehavior in their classroom, as far as what happens and how does their teacher address that issue. The teachers will be interviewed. They will be asked the following questions. In your opinion, does classroom management affect student behavior? How would you define effective classroom management? What strategies do you use in your classroom? And how does that affect student behavior? In order to analyze the data, the information will have to be organized based on the type of material: interviews, observations, and surveys. The responses to the interviews and surveys will help to identify a generalization of the meaning of effective classroom management and how it affects student behavior. This will be based on the pattern or the theme noticed in the interviews and surveys. The notes from the observations will be coded and associated with things as well. Here is a list of my references.